What is going on, guys? The Inside Blue Podcast, episode 91. And today, we're breaking down the New York Yankees expectations. Of course, this team made a lot of moves in the offseason. We're still in the offseason, of course. Maybe the Yankees make another move. Maybe Blake Snell changes his mind, comes to the Yankees, because talking about Blake Snell to start off this episode. The New York Yankees gave him a 5-year, $150 million deal, $30 million per year. And that's what he was asking for. $30 million a year. And that's what the pitcher wanted. Of course, Cy Young winner for the AL, Cy Young winner for the Padres, coming off a stellar year. The biggest concern that many teams have is, can this guy go deep into games, if it's a playoff game or just in general? Because he normally tends to get only 5, maybe 6 innings, and that's not what teams need if they're playing a back-to-back. And, they need to conserve their bullpen because having a really good bullpen these days is super important. And if Blake Snell isn't giving you the innings that you need, are you going to pay this man $30 million a year, or if not more? Because, he came out and, his reps and everything, he wants a 9-year, $270 million deal. I don't think he's going to get anywhere close to that. In my prediction, for a contract like Blake Snell, it would be north of $180 million, maybe close to 200, but that's the most I would go with him. I thought Cashman gave him a fair offer. $150 million. It's still the only deal on the table. So you got to think, if nobody else gives him a deal, we know Blake Snell is obviously not sitting out. That is not the pitcher that he is. Unless a mystery team comes in and, gives him a boatload of money, whether it's somehow the Dodgers, if they still have money to spend, or it's a team like the Boston Red Sox, or the Seattle Mariners, some random team coming out of nowhere and just taking advantage of this and just snagging Blake Snell, I'd be shocked. I honestly don't know where he's going to go either. I really don't. I don't know if it's going to be the Yankees, because I would say the Yankees' starting rotation is kind of set by now, right? You have Carlos Rodon, you have Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, Clark Schmidt, and Marcus Stroman. And now if you plug in Blake Snell, of course, that makes your rotation even better, despite Blake Snell not going the innings that you would like. 5, maybe 6 innings. Does walk a lot of people. He has some nasty stuff, but it's really the question about if this guy can even go long. Because if you're going to give a guy $30 million a year, you're going to want him to pitch in big games, which Blake Snell can definitely do. But you want him to go deep in games, 7 innings of strong ball, not getting pulled with 5 innings and you're up to 100 pitches. The Yankees bullpen's elite. We know that. And they're still talking to people, to get more players like Wandy Peralta. They just claimed the guy from Houston who had a 1-point-something ERA, left-hander. So I'm not sure if Cashman is going to get Wandy Peralta. The Mets have talked to Wandy. I bet numerous teams have talked to Wandy Peralta because he's, had some good seasons with the New York Yankees. So, he's definitely a player to watch out if the Yankees do end up getting him, or if they don't get him. This team still has a really good bullpen. Clay Holmes and all of the other guys. Of course, Josh Hader is a Houston Astro, so the Yankees missed out on that elite reliever. But, hey, it only stirs the pot more for a potential rematch of the ALCS with the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. And we've seen what Josh Hader has been able to do over his course of his career. He's been an elite pitcher in the regular season, and when it gets to the big games, sometimes he doesn't have it. For an example, Milwaukee Brewers against the Washington Nationals. Juan Soto taking on Josh Hader. Of course, Juan Soto comes through. And, we're going to get into Juan Soto in a few minutes, but I'm not necessarily mad that they didn't get Josh Hader because he was going to cost a lot of money. This guy was going to cost a lot of money, and he wanted a deal similar to Edwin Diaz's Mets deal. which was over $100 million, of course. There was a small chance I thought the Yankees were going to get him, but he ends up going to Houston. So, bit of a loss there that he has to go to the Houston Astros. But, he was previously there back in his early career, if you guys didn't know that. Now he's back there. So, he's a good pitcher. The Yankees are going to probably see him maybe once or twice or in that opening day series against Houston. And that's going to be a fun series, man. Taking on Houston to start the year in Houston. I mean, what better can it really get? Except for maybe playing in the Bronx instead. But these two teams are still really good. I'll tell you that right now. The Houston Astros are still an elite baseball team and still a World Series contender. This team is in the World Series countless amount of years now. I think, this was the first time since I believe 2017 that the Astros or Dodgers weren't in the World Series. Some sort of stat like that. It was nuts. So, that's the expectation for the Dodgers and the Houston Astros. World Series or bust, and that should not mean the Yankees shouldn't be a part of that. The Yankees are World Series or bust, and Brian Cashman went out and got Juan Soto. He needed to make this move, and if he didn't make this move, then it would not have been good for him, especially if Juan Soto went to a different team somehow. Now, I know everyone's going to say, oh, but the Blue Jays offered wasn't that good. All this or that. You never know. They could have changed their minds and just given him Juan Soto, and then the Yankees would have to play against Juan Soto, and that's not very fun. Because Juan Soto is a damn elite player. I've been looking at this guy since the deadline that they should have gotten him. They get him in the offseason, and they did it by giving up a lot of depth. They gave up Michael King, who had some good years here. They gave up Drew Thorpe, a promising prospect who just won minor league pitcher of the year. They gave up some other depth like Johnny Brito, like Randy Vaz, all these guys that could have been, potential starters for the Yankees. But the Yankees are all in. They can't wait right now for prospects to develop unless your name is Jason Dominguez or Austin Wells or Anthony Volpe. Those are the only three guys really, maybe Clayton Beeter and Will Warren as well, that they're really waiting on to see what these guys got. Now the Yankees are also known for keeping on their prospects for too long. Miguel Andujar, Clint Frazier, all of these type of guys. So they're known for that. Now, getting back to the expectations, I could very well see this team winning 95 games. As long as this entire team is healthy for the majority of the year. I mean, we're going to get to milestones. Whether it's Stanton and his hamstring history, whether it's an Anthony Rizzo injury again, Gleyber Torres, a pitcher, whatever. Injuries happen in baseball. They're going to happen this season. And we're the New York Yankees. We're known for getting hurt countless amount of times. So, definitely expect some sort of injury bug to happen along the way for this Yankees season. And that's, kind of also why the Yankees haven't been, kind of that dominant team, because their full team is never really on the field. But I think Brian Cashman has done a very good job in this offseason. He's gotten two really good lefty bats with Alex Verdugo and Juan Soto. And that's what the Yankees need. This team needs lefty bats. You have the advantage in your own stadium, the short porch. You allow a lot of home runs there off lefty batters. Why not get some lefty batters? And why not get Juan freaking Soto? I'm going to talk about this guy all year long of how freaking good this guy is. He's 25. You get him at a perfect time. Yankees are all in. This team is all in right now. Pushing all the chips forward, all the money forward. There is no doubt in my mind that with Juan Soto as a Yankee that they can't get to the World Series. Now, I'm not guaranteeing them to get to the World Series this year, but I think there's upsurge chances way more at being able to beat the Houston Astros in a best-of-7 series. And the AL East, I think, is wide open. honestly, I think it's really just them and the Baltimore Orioles that you have to worry about. I'm not really scared of the Tampa Bay Rays or the Boston Red Sox. You can argue about the Toronto Blue Jays and their talent because they're still a talented team. Uh, but I think with this New York Yankees team fully healthy, fully equipped, all this, whether they make more moves and they get Blake Snell, whether they trade for a bat or just keep signing depth, which they've been doing, I could say it that they can win 95 games. And if they don't win 95 games, then they don't win 95 games. If they're in a wild card, I'm not necessarily mad because obviously you could still win the World Series as a wild card, but I want to win the division, man. Give us the division. Baltimore, they took it. The Rays have taken it from us. Why not take it back? No reason that this team cannot beat the Houston Astros in the playoffs, the Baltimore Orioles, the Blue Jays. I don't think the AL is particularly that difficult. I think your teams that you got to watch out for is obviously the reigning champs, the Texas Rangers. You got to watch out for the Houston Astros, so that's 2. You could argue about the Blue Jays, that's 3. Of course, the Orioles. So that's 4. So 4 real teams that you may have an issue with down the road. But I really don't think there's another team out there that I'm like, oh shit, we're playing against this team? Not really. I really do believe in this pitching staff. And I know many fans want to get another pitcher, whether it's Blake Snell, they trade for Shane Bieber, they trade for Corbin Burns, which I don't think he's getting dealt, but maybe Shane Bieber. I still feel pretty confident in the staff. I think Garrett Cole is going to have another very good year. I think Marcus Stroman seems to be super excited to be a Yankee, so maybe you expect a good year. And I think the two main guys that you hope to have a good year is Nestor Cortez and Carlos Rodon. Probably more for Carlos Rodon because you gave him a 6-year, big contract. Expecting this guy to be your 1B with your 1A being Garrett Cole. So I think that's what you want to, expect from Carlos Rodon. Have a full spring training, no injuries, stay healthy. That is my biggest concern, and I'm going to say it probably every Yankees podcast that we do on this channel. If this team can stay healthy, they're a damn World Series contender. But if people start, dropping like flies again, and this team isn't, consistently healthy, and they have to bring up, guys from the AAA to play meaningful games, then we might be in a bit of a predicament of winning the division, having a really good record. Because this team did not do good last year. Offense was, down in the dirt. The OPS was down. Judge went down. And once Judge went down, season was over. But now they get a guy like Juan Soto to, lessen the weight off of Aaron Judge's shoulder because Aaron Judge carries his team, man. That 62 home run season wasn't, isn't done often. Hitting 60 plus home runs in an MLB season doesn't just go around. Maybe back in the steroid era, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, all those guys. But not now. And Aaron Judge did it. But that's, seasons ago. We're focused on this season. Of course, we're going to, bring out my actual predictions. Don't forget to follow the Instagram and the Twitter, Facebook even, all those type on this channel, the Inside the Boot podcast. We're gonna be posting stuff on Instagram about player projections, what I think is gonna happen, what I think their record is gonna be, and all that type of stuff. Because this team is a very good team, and I think if they lock in and play good baseball, no doubt in my mind they can't win 95 games. Is that too much to ask? I would think maybe winning 100 plus is too much to ask. But, getting back to Blake Snell, it would be really nice to get him. because no one else has given this guy an offer. So who is going to sign Blake Snell? Is it going to be the Yankees, and he's going to end up calling Blake? Is Blake Snell going to end up calling Brian Cashman and saying, "Oh, I actually want to play for your team. I'll sign the 5-year, $150 million deal." If I'm not mistaken, Blake Snell is 31, I believe. So he'll, 36 at the end of his deal, something like that. He's, 31, 32, something like that. I think a 5-year deal is perfect. $450 million deal. Now, I don't think Brian Cashman has talked to Blake Snell ever since that disagreement. But I think Blake Snell should come to the Yankees because, well, one, he has expressed interest to coming here, and why not play in front of the best fans in the MLB? Obviously we're crazy, we're obnoxious, we're toxic, but we want to win, and that's a fan base that is motivated to bring home number 28. That's the goal. They brought Juan Soto in not to be a 1-year rental, in my opinion. I think they really expect to get this guy on a long-term deal. Honestly, I think this guy could beat Judge's contract, which is $40 million a year. I think Soto can get close to 50. I really do. I think this guy's can get paid big amount of money because he's going to be damn worth it. 25 years old. Judge is nearing 30, late, mid 30s. He's in his 30 years. Juan Soto's 25. Jason Dominguez is coming back. This team's on a vengeance. This team has loads of talent. And if they put their if they put their head down and lock the fuck in, this team can win baseball games and win in the big ones. And I'm talking playoffs, baby. I think this team can start rolling over teams in the regular season. I don't want to see a damn near struggle against teams like the Tigers, Pirates, all those shit teams. No reason that this team should be struggling against those teams. They should blow them out of the water. They should go into Detroit, take 2 out of 3, and move on with their lives. I don't want to see no struggles, this team has been the worst team in the month. No, I don't want that. I want good baseball out of this damn team. That's all I want. Play competitive and play good baseball. Man, I love this team, and I really do believe that a lineup of DJ LeMahieu, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Rizzo, Glaber, Stanton, Verdugo, Wells, and Volpe can win you 95 games. I mean, those first 5, I know whatever you want to say about DJ LeMahieu's struggles, I'm expecting a bounce back out of him. He is regressing. We know that. He's never going to hit over 300 again with the New York Yankees. And if he does, great. But he's not 2019 DJ LeMahieu. This is 2024 DJ LeMahieu. Few years apart, my friend. But that first 5 coming up the bat, that's a scary lineup. Because if you don't want to pitch to Stanton, I know nobody, actually, many teams want to pitch to Stanton. But if you don't want to pitch to Juan Soto, that's fine. Let him go on base. We'll have Aaron Judge coming up next. Doesn't that sound great, doesn't it? Little Juan Soto. Okay, you can get walked. No issues. We'll walk you. Then they're like, shit. Here comes number 99 in the pinstripes. Here we go. Giddy up. Aaron Judge, 2-run shot. We're up 2-0. And don't forget, Jason Dominguez is still recovering. So you're going to have an outfield of Aaron Judge, Jason Dominguez, and Juan Soto. And Alex Verdugo playing DH probably, because I don't know if Stanton's going to last on this team. But that might be the best outfield of baseball. Dominguez, who was red hot this past season when he came up. Juan Soto's an elite baseball player, and Aaron Judge, we all know about number 99 in pinstripes, baby. We know about Juan Soto. We know about him. He's a stud. And Brian Cashman got him for a big price, but a big price comes with a big player, and that's Juan Soto. I'm excited, and you guys should be too. I want baseball tomorrow, man. Football's ending. Super Bowl's ending. That video is gonna be posted of who I think is gonna win that. Mock drafts, everything. It's coming. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap this video up. I pretty much got everything I wanted to cover for you guys. Of course, if you guys have anything to say about the New York Yankees, go comment below. I'll look at your comment. I'll see if it's worth my time or if it's, a junk comment. But anyways, I'll still read it. Just know that. So if you want to drop a comment below of your prediction of how many games the Yankees are going to win, go do it. There's a poll on our channel, of course, if the Yankees are going to win over 93.5 games. That's per DraftKings. We are not sponsored by DraftKings, obviously, but found it on the website from a while ago. But I don't think those odds have really changed. So 93.5 games. Before we end this video, let's talk about 93.5 games. Now, I haven't looked at our schedule much besides us playing the Houston Astros. But I damn know if it is like it was how we play every single team in the MLB. So you play every single team in the MLB. I think the AL East, you can win a lot of games. Actually, no, we can't. It's probably not 10 per game. It's probably not. I don't know how many games they play per division, but we'll say it like this: AL East, they should take care of the Red Sox, take care of the Tampa Bay Rays, split with Baltimore, and just win the series against Toronto. All right, let's go to the AL West. Oakland Athletics should be a stomper. They should sweep them. Angels, they should sweep them. They don't have any more Shohei Ohtani hype. Mariners, they should take care of. Rangers, probably a split, and Houston, probably somewhat of a split. But they do tend to play pretty good against them. AL Central, probably the worst division in my opinion in the MLB. Guardians, Tigers, Twins, Royals, garbage. Should easily defeat that division. Is there another division? If not, NL East should take care of the Mets. Marlins, they should take care of. Phillies, they should somewhat take care of. I mean, they're a good team, and the Braves, they'll probably lose to. NL Central, was that Pirates, Cardinals? Pirates, Cardinals, Cubs. I think that's it. Pirates, Cardinals, Cubs. Pirates, Cardinals, Cubs. Brewers. I don't even know. I gotta do that division. But anyways, they should defeat that division, right? NL West, Dodgers, they'll probably lose to. That team is loaded. Diamondbacks, they should be able to take care of them, even though they're an upcoming team. Rockies, they should stomp, and Giants, I don't even know what the Giants are doing. But I do believe that they should be able to defeat the San Francisco Giants. So that's pretty much my opinion of how the division should go. I don't know if I missed a division or a team. I probably did, so don't hunt me down in the comments below. But yeah, pretty much to break down this episode, 95 wins is the goal. At least 95 wins. Expect a big season out of Juan Soto. Expect a big season out of Aaron Judge, out of Garrett Cole, out of all of our elite players. I don't have a doubt in my mind that they won't give you good baseball. Yankee Stadium's going to be more packed than ever with Juan Soto coming to the Bronx. Marcus Stroman's new. A lot of new guys. Let's win some baseball games this year, baby. Of course, this has been the Inside Blue Podcast. Our expectations of the New York Yankees this year. I expect some good-ass baseball, and that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.